Good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Good afternoon, who will be watching this in the afternoon. Good evening to those who will be watching this in the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Oletu Nzimela. Kamang Oletu Waganzimela. So, guys, this week I just want to share something that is very simple, of which it's a continuous episode from what I shared last week, right? But before I share that, I just want to share this code before I forget it. It says, learn by doing, and it says fail by doing. Beautiful code, you know. The reason why it actually intrigued me is because a lot of people, guys, you know, I myself, you know, have been very, very guilty on this because I've been doing it, you know, like for, I don't know, like for many years actually. You know, it's not like I wasn't taking action, but then, you know, I used to plan a lot. Understand? I used to plan probably like 70% of the time and take action 30% of the time. Understand? So this actually resembles that learn by doing, fail by doing. Understand? Meaning that, you know, you don't need to actually plan, you know, some of the times, most of the times actually. You understand? You know, you need to plan while doing it. Understand? You know, maybe plan that 10% and actually do that 10%. Understand? And actually continue, you know, in doing that. Understand? So this is what this code actually resembles. Understand? This is what this code actually means. Understand? So I'm not here today. Sorry about that. Just that this thing doesn't wipe when it's not bead wet. So guys, this is a continuous episode, just like I've said, with what I shared last week. Okay, so last week we were talking about communism versus individualism. Understand? Right? So you gotta know this, that a lot of economies, understand, a lot of economies, okay, economies actually, you know, benefit from individualism. Understand? So this is what I was trying to emphasize last time in our last episode, that a lot of economies benefit from individualism. Understand? And why am I saying this? I'm saying this because individualism, just like I've said the last time, that individualism is equal to capitalism. Understand? Okay, individualism is equal to capitalism. Understand? That is how money is actually created. Understand? You know, when people are divided, understand, they think independently. But when people are in a set of like a group, they think in a group. Understand? Right? They're in a unit. Understand? They do things in a unit. They buy things in a unit. Understand? Right? They plan goals in a unit. They achieve things in a unit. Understand? Rather than achieving things individually. Understand? So mostly, like, what I can say is that you know, to emphasize this, is that economies, understand, support this because obviously you guys are independent. Understand? Right? And when you operate independently, understand, you make your own choices. Understand? So I think that we can agree when I say this, that, let me take a different color, probably take this one. I think we can agree, understand, if I say this, if I conclude it like this, that economies support individualism economically. Understand? Okay. So economies support individualism economically. Understand? Economies support individualism economically. Understand? And the reason behind this, it's what we just discussed right here, is because individualism is equal to capitalism. Understand? This is the reason why economies support individualism. Understand? And again, economies support collectivism when it comes to social economic activities. I'll just say socially. Understand? Economies support collectivism socially. Understand? So this is what economies actually support. They benefit through this. Understand? Right? Why am I saying this? Is because the last time on my last episode I discussed that the difference between communism and individualism. Understand? Right? And I said that the best way for people to succeed in this day and age is to form a community. And I'm going to share how you guys can actually share a community. I'm going to give you 3 steps on how you can actually form a community of like-minded people so that you can actually succeed in life. Understand? So economies support individualism economically, right? The reason behind this is because they want you guys to be independent. Understand? They want you guys to think independently. Understand? And when you guys think independently, they will benefit. Understand? They will benefit economically. Understand? Right? What they want to strive in doing is to create a capitalist economy. Understand? And how are they going to do that? They want you guys to think independently. They don't want you guys to think as a community. Understand? To do things as a community. Understand? Right? So this is the reason why they support individualism and collectivism. Understand? Collectivism, guys, don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. I know that a lot of people may say that, come on, collectivism is the same as communism. But no. Collectivism is not the same as communism. Don't get it wrong. Understand? Collectivism is not the same as communism. I understand. We can argue this thing until I can make a 1-hour video discussing why am I saying this. But it's not going to be for today, right? But collectivism is not the same as communism. Understand? They support individualism and collectivism because it actually benefits the capitalist economy. Understand? Right? What are some examples of collectivism? For example, some other examples that I can think about, probably social grants. Understand? Social grants, right, are part of collectivism. Understand? Burial societies, understand, are part of what? Collectivism. Of which, guys, a lot of people in the communities, they come together and create a group and create a community that is based on burial societies. How can you actually succeed, understand, and think about things that are worthwhile, understand, that will actually grow you, not only just you, but the community that you've shared, if you guys are only thinking about burial societies only? Understand? Like, how will the future generation actually benefit on that? Right? You have to ask yourself that. Understand? Right? You can't tell me that they will benefit through burial societies only. Understand? Right? What about the now? What about the lives that will be lived? Understand? In succeeding years when you are not there. Understand? So you should stop thinking and having this idea of collectivism. Understand? And consume an idea of communism. Understand? Create a community with other people. Create a community with your friends. Talk about um, 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 business goals. Talk about self-improvement goals. Understand? That you guys can actually start. Understand? And embody that on a daily basis. Understand? So I want to share with you guys 3 easy steps that you guys can actually take, understand, to form this community. But before I actually share this community, I want to say a community, right, is something that is voluntarily within a group of people, understand, a small group of people. I would suggest that you guys started in a small group of people, probably 2 to probably 10, not more than 10, understand, so that you can see the success behind it, understand. So a community is based, or maybe it is started on these 3 things and principles, whereby these principles or maybe rules or maybe conditions and terms should be embodied by everyone, understand. It should be based on 1, it should be based on trust. 2, it should be based on purpose. And 3, it should be based on trust, purpose. Goal and purpose is one of the same thing. Okay, so it should be based on trust, purpose, and okay, let me just say goal. Understand? Purpose is something that you guys want to actually achieve in the long term. Understand? A goal is something that you guys are having a fixed mindset. Understand? Right? For something that you guys want to achieve now, that actually links with what you guys want to achieve in the long run, which it will tie with your purpose. Understand? Right? And then you cannot start something without trust. Understand? There should be trust and honesty there. Understand? Right? So when you choose those people, you should make sure that there's trust and there's honesty. Understand? Right? So what are the 3 steps that you guys should actually take in actually forming this group? Understand? My board is actually full now, but I'm just gonna write them here. Okay, so simple rules. Understand? 1, it's what we actually spoke about right now. Understand? It's that establish a small group. I'm emphasizing this by saying a small group because I know the reason why behind it. Understand? When you guys start something, probably you guys are 20, there's a likely chance that it will fail. Understand? Because people have their different perspective on different things. Understand? It's very important for you to determine, or rather get these people who have the same ability, the same trust, the same purpose, the same goal as you. Understand? Right? The same consistency. Understand? To reaching a certain goal or purpose. Understand? You should have the same mentality in actually achieving what you guys want to achieve. Understand? So this is why I'm saying that you should actually establish a small group. Understand? And then number 2 is that you should have probably, let me just say, identify a shared purpose. Just like I've discussed here, on these terms and conditions and principles, you guys should have a shared purpose. Understand? A shared purpose, just like I've discussed here, is that you guys have the same mentality, have the same plans, have the same goals, right? You guys want to reach a similar thing. Understand? It can be business wise, it can be personal growth wise, it can be personal development wise. Understand? Right? But then you guys should actually embody that same goal, that same purpose. Understand? And lastly, which this one is very important, which you should make sure that you implement based on this purpose, based on this goal. You should implement economic, or maybe form an economic alliance. Understand? The reason behind this, I'm saying this, is because you've established this community, understand, and then you guys have actually discussed that, you know what, guys, let's focus on personal growth, let's focus on personal development, understand. And for you guys to implement the economic alliance, you guys have to probably search about different kind of things that are out there, probably conferences that you guys can actually meet other like-minded people that actually think about you guys, right? And then actually when you guys do that, you guys can actually share ideas, understand. And probably you won't know, understand. You guys may have investment opportunities there, business opportunities there, understand. Probably educational opportunities there, understand, that will actually benefit the group itself, understand, the community itself, understand, right? So these steps in forming your community are very, very vital. These are the first steps that you guys should identify when you guys are starting that community. Guys, from me, all you two, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Cheers.